Good morning, everybody. Uh, Leaders from the industry and research organizations. In fact, I am not going to touch the issues which Dr. Sankaran has already dealt with. He highlighted on the issues related to what needs to go in, what needs to be characterized, and at the end of the storage period what is required is the total respiration control that would keep the seed alive. So let me at the outset congratulate Gubba Group for initiating this initiative of having the private germplasm bank. And on this platform I would like to flag off an issue which needs to take further from this point where the private germplasm bank has been already created. What next? This was the question when I asked Gubba Kiran when I came there first. You are doing it, then what next? As we go through my presentation, definitely we would like to see a characterization of a platform or realization of a platform that needs to happen at a national level. The issue mainly here is, we have been talking about the climate change, the overexploitation of the genetic resources, and we have related regulations, whether it is the Biodiversity Act or the Plant Variety Protection Act. We prevent anything which is overexploited being protected, and also the germplasm collection which could not happen in the species which are on the brink of extinction. This particularly paves the way for pushing in the idea that entire genetic resources of the stocks need to be preserved. If we see the Millennium Ecosystem estimates, we find that about 1 lakh plant species are on the brink of extinction. And the world we feed today with the cultivated plant species boils down to mere 12 species which we use as the food resources, which supplement 80% of our food requirement. Though we have so much diversity, but we depend mainly on fluorine-important crops. That's what it feeds the world. Imagine a situation if the entire world is going to be the vegetarian, then you would be hardly left with the food to eat. Therefore, there is an issue that when the yield plateauing has become a phenomenon, how do we really increase or support the activities relating to the food security? Next one, please. So this is the insurance. Basically, the gene banks are the insurance to preserve these. This particular slide shows you that though 49,000 flowering plant species are there, 18,000 belong to the major and minor species of the wild relatives. 9,500 are plant species with ethnobotanical uses. 3,900 are only the edible species. 3,000 are medicinal plants, 1,500 are wild edible species, and only 272 we use as the food. Out of these, if we come to the bottom, it is only 3 which provide the 60% of the calories in the human food. So it is very important that we address the issue of germplasm conservation, whether it is at the National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resources, which is the custodian of the genetic resources in India, and efforts in the private sector needs to happen in this direction. But the issues here are, though we store gene pool in the gene banks, how do we address the food security is an issue, because we have lot many accessions that have been stored in the germplasm bank, but they are not accessible to everyone. We had 5 seminars, national seminars on public-private partnerships. So many resolutions were made, yet there should be a national initiative that needs to take place, which has not happened, that how germplasm access is made available, and the policies regarding, probably Dr. Bansal will probably touch upon that particular matter. And the issue is in the global scenario, there are many gene banks, public and private, which I was telling earlier. But we lack a global framework. This global framework, especially in relation to sharing of the genetic resources, is really complicated. As we know, the accessions which have been held worldwide today have been divided into two parts. One is freely accessible, another is we need to have the bilateral and trilateral agreements or whatever it is, then only that particular accessions are available to you. Then there is a third initiative that everybody is being said that we will pool certain things from the private, public and the different countries, then so that there will be a global pool which will be made available. Still it is yet to take off. Then the third issue is, the fierce debate basically is who owns the germplasm, genetic resources, even within the industry, among the industry partners, and there is no exchange basically. How do we have the fast track breeding initiatives to happen? Because in most of the food related species, it is all the closely knit germplasm where the genetic distances are very, very narrow. Then when genetic distances are very, very narrow, getting the yield gain becomes very, very difficult. We really need to agree upon the standards, the tools, the protocols to generate and organize and share the information. So unless and otherwise sharing of the information happens, nothing is going to really happen in a what we call the large scale. Then global system of unique identifiers for each gene bank accession needs to be adopted even in the private seed banks. Then the experiences, the genomic platforms, information management tools and the softwares need to be integrated together, because we need to go on from this initiative of creating a private seed bank to the sharing of the germplasm. In moving ahead, I have 4 points to suggest. One is we need to unite disparate groups, including the private seed companies, the funding agencies. We can create a fund for this. Then crop breeders and the researchers to achieve these tasks. Coordinating the exchange of seeds is an issue we need to really touch upon, and also the value addition, because most of our breeding efforts which create the value-added genetic stocks, only 10% of it goes to the germplasm or the gene bank. Remaining 80% either it gets discarded and doesn't see the light of the day. Why can't this particular pool within the organizations, within the research systems, within the industry could be shared on a platform by creating a fund and putting across the tools of licensing and commercialization issues is also one of the things which we really to think about. Then the useful diversity, the genes, the traits and plant breeders who can incorporate into the new varieties. So therefore the creation of the information is very much necessary. Next one please. Next one. Yeah, okay. Then this is what I wanted to emphasize upon. We have created a private seed bank. These things will get replicated in future. If you see in the Australian national system, there is a national plant variety maintenance panel. Why I am really emphasizing on this issue is we are on the threshold of exporting as per the OECD seed certification, and each importing country would insist further on the OECD enlisting of your varieties and also the certification. And there may be some old varieties which will be in demand for export, but there is nobody to maintain those particular varieties. That is the one issue. Second issue is, when these kind of gene banks are created, we can have a national platform where the value-added genetic stocks gene bank is created, and the exchange of these germplasm gets created, and the panel would maintain or facilitate the exchange of these germplasm, and also one particular sector would take care of its rejuvenation, the maintenance, the nuclear seed stocks, and enabling it for the OECD seed certification. So this is what the Australian system does. It probably in India, if we can have the NBPGR, the National Institute, ICR and the National Seed Association of India, if they can really think on this particular lines to create a national platform for the National Plant Variety Maintenance Panel, making available the germplasm, the access to it, and so that the new varieties, new hybrids, which would try to help us to have the yield barriers being broken, and so that we can add to the food security. Next one. To conclude, I would like to say about to raise the issue or the flag the issue of cooperation and coordination between the industries or the industries which are helping upon, but the clock is ticking. We have to figure out how to set the national priorities, the global priorities for the sake of food security. So at the outset, thank you very much for giving this opportunity. And just I wanted to flag the issue, why can't we create a national plant variety maintenance panel? This would facilitate and help both the industry and the researchers further. Thank you very much.